Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to your Monday Maths lesson. I'm going to share my screen now and let's get started. Okay, let's get going. So as always, we're going to start with our fast five. So pause your screen and have a go now. Off you go. Okay, well done if you finished them all. That's absolutely brilliant. Let's go through our answers together. So we've got 5 add 4 is 9. 9 take away 8 is 1. 45 add 44 is 86. 63 add 25 is 88. 98 take away 26 is 72. 67 add 25 is 87, and then add the 5 is going to be 92. 83 take away 17, take away the 10, we get 73. Take away the 7, we get 64. And 74 take away 39, we take away the 30 and we get 44, and then we take away the 9 and we get 35. Okay, well done everybody. If you got them all right, give yourself a round of applause. Fantastic, well done. Okay, so today we're going to be carrying on with multiplying, and we're going to be reading our steps to success to work out how to multiply and what we're going to do today. So we're going to be multiplying using something called arrays today. So we're going to read a question. We're not going to draw the number of rows for how many groups there are. We're going to draw the amount on each row for how much goes in each group. We're going to count the total, write the answer, and show it as a part whole. Okay, let's get started. So this is an array, okay? And an array is a group of pictures that are put into rows and columns to show a calculation. They can show groups of something. So we're going to first of all look at the number of rows, because the number of rows tell me how many groups I've got. So if I count the number of rows, and rows are the things that go along, I've got 1, 2 rows. So I've got 2 rows. So that makes 2 groups. So I know that I can start with my first number of 2. 2 groups of 2 rows, okay? How many in each row? We've got 4, so we've got 2 groups of 4, because in each row is 4. So 2 groups of 4 equals how much altogether? So we're going to look at it all together, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8. So 2 times 4 is 8. So this picture shows 2 groups, 2 rows, 2 groups of 4 in each of them. And altogether, it equals 8. And if we show that as a part whole, my whole number, if I move it over here, would be 8. And then I'm going to have 2 parts, because remember that's how many groups I've got. So I'm going to have 2 parts, and they are going to each have a 4 in them, and they're going to be the same. So I'm going to make my parts the same. I'm going to put a 4 in there and a 4 in there. 2 groups, 2 parts that make 4 in each of them. So 4 over 4 equals 8. Fantastic. Okay, and that's how it goes. It's our part whole that shows this array. So today we're going to be drawing our own arrays and also working out what the number sentences are going to be for these arrays as well. Let's get started. So what is an array? An array is a group of rows and columns which show pictures or numbers, a representation that can be used to help us with our multiplication and the other words we've already been looking at together. So we know that that array was this picture here of the rows that make together a picture, that make together a problem, and then we can use them to work out different multiplication number sentences. So the first one we're going to do together is going to be 3 times 6. So remember times, we can replace it with groups of. So 3 groups of 6. So how many rows are we going to draw? We're going to draw 3 rows because we've got 3 groups. 1, 2, 3. And then how many should go in each group or in each row? So we've got 3 groups of 3 rows of 6. So we can put 6 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can do it bigger circles than me, and you can draw them so that they actually are in line with each other. So you may want to do it a different way and make sure they line up so you can count them. Okay, now how much have we got all together? What's our total? Well, we can count in 6s or we can count them individually, and we've got 6, 12, 18. So my answer up here is going to be 18. And how can we show that as a part-part whole? Well, to start with, we're going to get our whole. So our whole is going to be this number. Okay, so we've got 18 in the whole. Okay, that's our whole number. And then we're going to have 3 parts because we've got 3 groups. So we're going to have 3 parts. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. Equal. And each of my groups and each of my part, I've got 6. So this is what my part-part whole is going to look like. Okay, because 6 add 6 add 6 equals 18. Right, I want you to have a go now. You can use counters, cubes or draw-ins to show the array for 4 times 7. Pause the screen and have a go. Okay, well done if you did that. That's absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to have a go at 4 times 7. So we're going to have a go at 4 times 7. So 4 groups of 7. So how many rows am I going to need? Well, going to need 4 because I've got 4 groups. So I'm going to get my, oh, what's happened there? So I'm going to get 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And in each group, I'm going to put 7. And this I'm going to make them line up a bit better. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Line them up. 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. There we go, so I've lined them up a bit better this time. Now, I don't know, I'm not as good at counting in 7s as I am as counting in 4s. So I'm going to go this way this time and use my arrays to count in 4s, which is why it's good to line them up. So let's go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So my answer is going to be 28. And I can draw my part-part whole. So my whole number is going to be, my whole number is going to be my total. So that's going to be 28. Okay, and I'm going to have 4 parts. Let's move this down here. So you've got 4 parts. And in each of those parts, I'm going to put 7. 1, 7, another 7, another 7, and another 7. And if you've got all of those right, fantastic. If you've drawn an array like mine and you've drawn your part whole like this, fantastic. Right, let's try the last one. You're going to have a go at doing 5 times 5. What's your array going to look like? What's your part whole going to look like? Pause the screen and have a go now. Okay, fantastic. So this one we've got 5 times 5, 5 groups of 5. So we're going to draw 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to put 5 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to count in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So my answer is 25. Fantastic. Right, okay, and I'm going to draw my part whole over here. I'm going to put 25 as my whole. And then I'm going to write 5 parts that are going to be, each of them are going to be 5. So I'm going to have my whole, which is going to be okay, so there's my bar model, and then in each of my groups, I'm going to put, in each of my parts, I'm going to put 5, because there's 5 parts and 5 groups. Fantastic, well done. Absolutely brilliant if you've got all of those right. Fantastic. Right, now let's move on to today's task. So again, let's have a look at our success criteria. We're going to read the question. We're going to draw the number of rows for how many groups there are. Draw the amount on each row for how many goes in each group. Count the total, write the answer, and show us a part whole. So your first challenge is to go through each of these number sentences and next to them on your papers, draw the array that you are showing. So that's your first challenge. Pause the screen and have a go now. Okay, well done. And when you finish that challenge, you're going to have a little go at this reasoning problem. So you're going to read the number sentence. You're going to see if it's got the correct array for that number sentence that you've got there. If it is right, you're going to write, if they match, you're going to write yes. If they don't match, you're going to write no. And then you're going to draw the correct array if it's wrong. So if it's wrong, you're going to make it so it's right. So you'd write 4 times 3, and then you'd write the correct array. And what other number sentence could you write which equals the same? So think about our commutative law. 4 times 3 equals whatever. What will can we do it the other way around and make it the same number sentence? And then write that as well, because 4 times 3 could also be 3 times 4. So have a go. You're going to check, first of all, that the array is right. If it's right, brilliant. If it's not right, you're going to draw an array that is right to show that number sentence. And then you're going to write the number sentence another way. And even try and think of another number sentence which has the same answer as well. And then send all of your work in and all of your learning to year2@thepalmeracademy.com. Have a lovely morning, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.